chordata in vertebrata. Yes? Are you clear? So in the mammalians, we are completion about the general characters of the mammalia. So what is the sir? Sir. Sir, clear? Sir, clear? Huh?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So after we are completion about the general characters of the mammalia, now we are again recapitulate once again which in the vertebrates which type of characteristic features are gradually developed from one class to another class in the subphylum of the vertebrata. The listen carefully. One class to another class, which type of characteristic features are developed from the fishes to mammalia. So these characteristic features are very important from the examination point of view. To complete the overview, the chordata characteristic feature. First one is fishes, amphibians. Third class is reptiles, aves. The final one is mammalian. They compare with remaining all classes. The highly developed means which this phylum, which class is this class is completely developed huge amount of the characteristic feature. Compare with the remaining all classes. So gradually the development, finally it is the highest development of the all organism. Highest development of the all organism is called as a mammalia. First one is the fishes, mammalia. First one the characteristic features. First one is characters. The fishes, amphibia, reptiles and first one character is the habit and habitation. First one, listen carefully everyone. Habit and habitation, the overview of the complete information about the vertebrates. Habit and habitation. First one, the fishes. Which type of habit and habitation the fishes? Just to recapitulate once again, the fishes are aquatic. The fishes are aquatic habit. The habitation is carnivorous. The larva of the fishes is herbivorous. The fishes, first one is aquatic form. First one character is aquatic form. First one is habitation. Habitation is aquatic form. Habit is carnivorous. Some forms are omnivorous. Omnivorous form. The larva of the fishes is herbivorous. The larva of fish is herbivorous. The larva of the fish is herbivorous. The three characters are there. First one is a complete carnivorous fishes are there. Complete omnivorous fishes are there. Complete herbivorous fish. Nothing but the larva of fish is completely herbivorous. Compare with the amphibia. Yes. So the first one, the habit is completely aquatic form. We know that completely aquatic form. Listen carefully. The completely aquatic form. Yes, this is completely aquatic form. The amphibians are aquatic and terrestrial, nothing but amphibious in life. Nothing but aquatic and terrestrial. Aquatic and terrestrial, nothing but amphibious life. Clear? Next one, the habitation is amphibious life. Habit is which type of habit? These are completely carnivorous of the adults one. The larva of the amphibia is known as the tadpole larva is herbivorous. Ready to recapitulate once again. These characters are very important. Okay. The NEET level examination, these characters are very, very important characters. The habit is carnivorous in adults. Larva of the amphibia is a tadpole larva. The tadpole larva. Clear? Only the two larvas are there. Amphibian larva and fish larva. The remaining, there is no larvas. There is no larvas means there is shown the internal fertilization. Means the gradually development of their fertilization characteristic features also. The fertilization, the gradually development of their fertilization levels also. The larva is tadpole larva. Tadpole larva is which nature? Herbivorous in nature. Herbivorous in nature. Clear? The next one, the reptiles. Very important. So, yes. So the reptile. The reptiles are creeping individual. Creeping individual. So these reptiles are habit and habitation, aquatic and terrestrial, both amphibious life. Nothing but these are also survive in aquatic and as well as terrestrial condition. So these are also shown only two different type of habit. What is that? Carnivorous and herbivorous. Carnivorous by the most number of the individual, exception of the tortoise. The tortoise is herbivorous. These are consistent of the carnivorous, insectivorous, herbivorous. Three type of characteristics are there. So it is one also insectivorous. 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 These are containing aquatic and terrestrial. Note down everyone. Note down. Terrestrial. Aquatic and terrestrial. Clear? Aquatic and terrestrial. Second character is carnivorous in nature. Carnivorous in nature. Herbivorous in nature. Which one is herbivorous in nature? Tortoise. Tortoises are herbivorous in nature. Next one. It is also insectivorous. Insectivorous, examples of the insectivorous is a lizard, garden lizard, and etc. and etc. The most number of the individuals are insectivorous. Insectivorous. Clear. So this is the reptile character. Next one. The fourth one is aves. So first one, the character. So the gradual development of the individual. Let's see. So these are completely aquatic individual. These are terrestrial individual and terrestrial and aquatic. These are terrestrial and aquatic. The fourth class is aves are what is the only aerial and terrestrial. Aerial and terrestrial. There is no aquatic. Nothing but it is a completely evolutionary process of this gradual development of their what is that ancestral level. Which one? It is a areolar. Areolar and terrestrial. Areolar and terrestrial level. Areolar and terrestrial level. Next one. Habitation. Habitation, areolar and terrestrial. Habit is complete omnivorous. Complete omnivorous. Complete omnivorous in nature. Clear. Next one, last one is mammalia. The complete compare with remaining all characters. These all characters are there in mammalia. Clear. So the fish characters, amphibians character, reptile character, ape character. These four classes characters are there in amphibia. So this amphibian, the mammalians are called as the highest levels in what is that evolution process. So containing all types of developments are present. First one is habit, the very important successful class. The successful class in animal kingdom. It is a very successful class in animal kingdom. Which one? Mammalia is a very successful class in animal kingdom. Why? Because it is shown three different type of habitation. Areolar, what is that? The terrestrial and aquatic. Very successful. First one is very successful and shown the areolar, terrestrial, and what is that? Aquatic. So three different type of habitation. First areolar by the bat. Bat is one of the mammalia. I just shown the areolar habitation. The terrestrial, the human beings are also one of the mammalia. Cows, goats, marsupials, lion and tiger. Remaining all individuals are comes into these are lives into terrestrial individual. The aquatic in blue whales and dolphins are comes into terrestrial. Sorry, aquatic. So next one, the habitat and habitation is completed. Next one, study about the fishes. I'm not right in this character. The study about the fishes are called as ichthyology. Study about the birds, amphibians are called. Study about the amphibians are called batrachology. Study about the reptiles are called as herpetology. Study about the aves are called as ornithology. Study about the mammalians are called as mammalogy. Study about the mammalians are called as mammalogy. Next one, habitat and habitation. Next one, the gradual development of the character. Second character is cranium. First one is cranium. The fishes are completely undercomes into craniata. Fishes are undercomes into craniata. Amphibians undercomes into craniata. Reptiles, avian, these 5 classes are undercomes into craniata. So the cranium, this cranium is called as a dicondalic cranium, monocondalic cranium, dicondalic cranium. So the fishes, these fishes are containing monocondalic cranium. Monocondalic cranium is present. The amphibians are considered dicondalic, very important. Monocondalic and dicondalic cranium. According to their cranium, the frogs are comes into what is amphibia. Dicondalic cranium. The reptiles comes into monocondalic cranium. Monocondalic cranium. The aves are consistent also, monocondalic cranium. Monocondalic cranium. The first one, the mammalian. The last one, the mammalian. Dicondalic cranium. Dicondalic cranium. So the very important characters. This very important character is cranium. According to their cranium, the frogs are comes into amphibia. According to their cranium, the frogs are comes into amphibia. So these reptiles are containing monocondalic cranium. So it is containing monocondalic cranium. It is never introducing into amphibians. That is clear. Second one is nerves. So first one is cranium. After the cranial nerves, how many cranial nerves? These are containing 10 pairs of the cranial nerves. 10 pairs of cranial nerves. Amphibians also consistent 10 pairs of the cranial nerves. 10 pairs of the cranial nerves. These are also containing 10 pairs of the cranial nerves. Okay, exception of the snakes. Exception of the snakes. Remaining all containing 12 pairs. Exception of snakes. Exception of the snakes, the remaining all containing 12 pairs of snake. Aves containing 12 pairs of the snake. Just to recapitulate once again, the amphibian, the aves are containing, aves nothing but birds. The birds are containing 12 pairs of the cranial nerves are present. 12 pairs of the cranial nerve. Exception of the optical nerve. What is that? Olfactory nerve. Nothing but it is never determination of the smell. Absence of olfactory nerves. If it is the birds are completely absence of the olfactory nerve. Now, olfactory nerve is one of the sensory nerve is completely lacking in this brain. Nothing but cranium region. These are containing 12 pairs of cranial nerves. 12 pairs of the cranial nerve. All nerves are present without loss of any cranial nerve. Complete presence of the 12 pairs of the cranial nerves are there in mammalian individual. Next one is meninges. The meninges. Let's see the fishes containing only one meninges. The one meninges is known as a dura mater. Dura mater is present. The amphibians consistent of the two meninges. Two meninges. What are they? What is that? What is the dura mater? and pia matter is present. Sorry, dura matter and arachnoid matter is present. The reptiles are consistent of the two meninges. Again, dura matter and arachnoid matter. So pia arachnoid matter. The aves are consistent of three meninges. The first meninges are formed, and nothing but the brain is completely protected by the three meninges. In which region? Aves. Just to recapitulate once again. In invertebrates, the platyhelminthes. Are you here? Yes. In this platyhelminthes, the first brain is formed in platyhelminthes. Are you clear? The first brain in form in platyhelminthes in the class of the Turbellaria. The brain is formed, but there is no meninges, there is no membranes. But the complete meninges are first formed in aves. They are asking very, very important. These are I will give the very deep clarity about this meninges. The complete first meninges are formed in aves. First complete means three meninges. How many? What's one? Outside to inside. Outers to inside. Outermost dura matter. Middle one arachnoid matter. Innermost pia matter. So these are also consistent of three meninges are there. What are they? Pia matter, arachnoid matter, and dura matter. Pad matter, nothing but pad. Pia matter, arachnoid matter, and dura matter. Three meninges from the inside to out. Pia, arachnoid, and dura. Nothing pad. DAP. Nothing but in outside to inside. DAP. Nothing but dura matter, arachnoid matter, and pia matter. This one locomotion. Okay, clear. What is the cranial? Cranial. Okay, as well as what is that? The body. The body has a streamlined body. Same again, streamlined body, and streamlined body. Yes, this is a complete characteristic feature. Streamlined body. Again, the locomotion. First one is the locomotion. Locomotion through the fishes are locomotion through the fins. These are locomotion through the forelimbs. These are shown the jumping movement, locomotion through the jumping, and as well as swimming. Clear? So the locomotion of the reptile is creeping movement. So compare with remaining all individuals of the reptilia, the snakes are completely lacking of their podiums, nothing but legs. The remaining all individuals are consistent of the leg, but the snakes are completely lacking of the legs. Means, so these are complete visceral muscles and ribs will become strong and show the creeping movement. These are shown creeping movement, creeping and swimming. So next one, the aves are shown areolar movement and carnivore runner. Carnivore, what is that? Runner. What I'm saying, runner, nothing but flighted birds or non-flighted birds, like that. Runners, and areolar. Runners and areolar. Last one is mammalia. The mammalians are swimmer. Nothing but these are containing swimmerates. These are containing swimmerates. Swimmerate, nothing but fins. Swimmerates are present. These are containing swimmerates. Like blue whales is a mammalia. Swimmerates are there. And next one, human beings are carnivoral runner, and horse, lion, tiger, etc. The runners and terrestrial individual, and aerial of the bat. And swimmerates are present. Swimmerates, nothing but fins, and runners, carnivoral runners, and last one is swimmerates, runners, and last one is areolar. Next one, vocal cord, sorry, buccal cavity, very very important, buccal cavity. So this is buccal cavity, the fish buccal cavity, they are lacking of the tongue. These are lacking of the tongue. Lacking of the tongue in fishes, they are lacking of tongue. First one is a lacking of tongue, containing a similar teeth and two jaws. Similar teeth, nothing but homo, dant, dentation, homo-dant dentation presence in fishes. These are have a similar teeth and upper and lower jaw, clear? And these are the buccal cavity completely lacking of the tongue. Fishes completely lacking of the tongues. And containing upper lip and lower lip, nothing but the orbicularis ovaries present. Okay, next one. These are containing one opening, one snout, one opening, one snout is present. Next one, what is amphibians? These are containing two jaws are there. Yes, we know that. The lower jaw is absence of teeth. Very very important. The lower jaw is absent of teeth. It is also one of the adaptation. It is also one of the adaptation from the fishes to amphibia. Fishes to amphibia. The lower jaws, lower teeth are absent. Lower teeth are absent, and the elongation of the tongue is present. These are absence of the tongue, but these are elongation of the tongue. And nothing but large tongue is present. Very very important. As well as these are lacking of the vocal cord. Which one? The fishes are absence of the vocal cord. The amphibians are presence of development of the vocal cord, sound box or voice box. Vocal cord is presence in only male. Here, next one, reptiles. The reptiles are containing two jaws. Two jaws are containing hetero and polydont dentation. Containing hetero and polydont dentation. Hetero and polydont dentation. Clear. So these are containing a large tongue is present. Largest tongue is present in the buccal cavity, is directly fused with one of the bone region. Okay. So the reptiles are also lacking, very very important character. The reptiles are also lacking of vocal cord. Only amphibians are present. Clear. Listen carefully. In between of the reptiles and fishes and reptiles, only the amphibians, in male amphibians, male frogs are presence of the vocal cord. But the reptiles are completely lacking of the vocal cord, but the lizards are present. The lizards are only exception of the lizard. The remaining all reptiles are completely lacking of the vocal cord. Lizards are consistent of the vocal cord. Lacking of the vocal cord. Exception of the lizard. Yes, the male and female both are presence of the vocal cord. And very very important character. These two jaws are absence of the teeth and presence of the tongue. So two jaws are absence of the teeth, presence of the tongue. Tongue is present. Compare with this one, the lacking of the teeth, the lacking of the tongue. What I am saying, the lacking of the tongue, only lacking of the tongue. These are presence of the tongue. These are presence of the tongue. Clear. These are containing teeth. These are absence of the teeth. Are you clear? In fishes, these are presence of the teeth. Fishes presence of teeth. Birds are absence of the teeth. Fishes are absence of the tongue. Birds are presence of the tongue. Listen carefully. Clear. And as well as compare with remaining, these are containing two different type of teeth. Two jaws are containing only one jaw. Only upper jaw containing teeth and lower jaw completely lacking of teeth. Only one jaw, lower jaw is absent of the teeth. These are containing two teeth. Jaws are containing two teeth. Means you can ready to observe what is the difference in between of these classes, how they are gradually development of their character for their surviving or sustaining in particular environmental condition. Are you clear? Very very important characters. Next one, mammalians. Very, very important. The mammalians are consistent of homodanth, heterodanth, polydanth, diphynodanth, and as well as containing one of the large and short elongated tongue. Three type of tongues are there. First one is known as a homodanth. Homodanth, similar danth. Homo means similar danth. Heterodanth means different danth. Heterodanth, different type of teeth are there. Homodanth. Hetero means different type of teeth. Incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Heterodanth, homodanth, diphynodanth. What is the meaning of the diphynodanth? Containing milk teeth and permanent teeth. That is called two. Two for di. Di for diphynodanth. Then containing diphynodanth. Two teeth are there. Diphynodanth. So next one, containing one of these tongue is present in the buccal cavity. It is directly fused in the below of the nothing but the bottom. What is the floor of the buccal cavity? It is directly fused with hyoid bone. Fused with hyoid bone. H shape. Sorry, U-shaped bone. U-shaped bone is known as a hyoid bone. Hyoid bone. Listen carefully. In this region, there is an absence of. These are lacking of the tongue. These are presence of the tongue, but it is a never perception of the taste buds. There is no tasty buds. So the reptiles, there is no tasty buds. So there is no tongue, there is no tasty buds. But these are presence of the tongue and containing more number of the tasty buds. The remaining all classes are there is no tasty buds. But the mammalians are gradually development of their perception characteristic future, nothing but the development of the pupil. Pupil nothing but tasty buds. Tasty buds. Are you clear? The tasty buds are only present in mammalia. What is that? The gradual development. Some classes are have teeth, some classes are have a tongue, some classes are lacking of the tongue, some classes are lacking of the lower tongue, lower teeth, some classes are consistent of the permanent teeth, some classes are contain diphyno teeth, some classes are consistent of the milk teeth and permanent teeth. So finally, the mammalians are consistent of the diphyno teeth, nothing but permanent and milk teeth, along with one of the permanent tongue on fused with hyoid bone and containing more number of the pupil. Pupil nothing but tasty bud. So the tasty buds are useful for the perception of the taste. Clear. Remaining all classes there is never perception of the taste. Only these are useful for the mastication process. Clear. What is that? Next one, respiration. First one, digestion. Clear the character. The digestion character. Digestion is a intracellular, not a inter. Sorry, not intra. It is intercellular digestion. Intercellular digestion. Intercellular digestion. So again, same intracellular, inter and intracellular digestion. So inter and intra, these are always are inter. What I am saying, intercellular, inter. What is the inter and intra? Inter nothing but the digestion process occurs in between of the two cells. In between of the two cells are called as the intercellular digestion. What is the intra? The digestion process occurs in the inner side of the cell. That is called intra. Intra means inner. Inter means in between of. Inter means in between of. Intra means inner. So the all classes are doing intercellular digestion.